Now, to set the scene for this rebuild, of course, this wasn't a Patreon voted one. It was just a highly requested one in the comments that when I mentioned to you this happened, we were like, perfect opportunity. From our Villarreal perfect director of football save, 10 years into the future, Sevilla found themselves getting relegated there on 31 points. It was almost Athletic Club Bilbao, and I was like, well, that would be a big one too. But when I realised that Sevilla, I mean, even Celta Vigo was a big club to go down from La Liga.
Yeah, definitely,
Three big clubs there almost in trouble. I thought it's a perfect opportunity to do a Sevilla rebuild with a slight twist. We're 10 years in the future. There are some hilarious players that are playing for Sevilla right now that I cannot wait to show you. So there are some real players and there's a lot of regens. This rebuild's going to be a lot of fun. So to set the scene then, I hired myself as the Sevilla manager in July, I believe, when I was available to actually take over. So the 10th of July is when I took over the role. They've had a fair amount of managers, including Pat Vieira, Vincent Kompany, in this 10 years time, Ruben Amorim, which is the sporting manager, and even like Niko Kovac from that Julian Lopetegui, who is a very highly touted manager in real life right now. He was sacked in the very first season of the Villarreal save. So, like I mentioned, with a little bit of a twist, they have won La Liga in 1946. I'm sure you're going to tell us a little bit about it. We've heard some bits about Seville as a place itself from the Real Betis one, which I'm sure we'll talk about again. But while we're on this page, the most hilarious thing is their captain is Scott McTominay. Amazing, isn't it? He's 34 years of age. He's got 1 year left on his deal. And he's not actually a bad player, especially for like now we're in the second division.
Oh, deal with it, really?
Yeah, so he is club captain that we have took over in the second division. We have played 3 games so far. We have won all 3 games, but we'll look at the club a little bit more. But just to look at the league itself and give an overview of the types of clubs that we're going to come up against. Atletico Madrid B, all the Barcelona B, Real Madrid B, but there's also like Deportivo La Coruña. They're making their way up. There are some big clubs.
A good side as well, didn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. There are some big clubs down here from the Spanish divisions who have had history in the past. So let's take a look at the squad then, because like I said, a lot of these names you're not going to recognise, but a lot of them are regens, and a lot of people are interested in that type of thing. So names that we are going to recognise, Scott McTominay being one of them. Bruno Iglesias is a Real Madrid youngster that we have picked up throughout the time that I haven't signed them, but we'll take a look at the signings I have made at some point. They still got their striker from the very beginning. He's 34 now. He's not that good. Physically, he's a little bit struggling, and you might recognize a couple of names as well. The last one I'm going to highlight here is Dominic Yankov, a 31-year-old Bulgarian, but very good at the start of the game. So, for this league, we've got a decent side.
Yeah.
So I haven't really spent a lot of money. Now, one of the players that was already here, I believe he's come through the youth academy. He's played in every different type of club that Sevilla have as like a C team, under 19s and stuff. He is one of our best players. He has a great potential. 17 for dribbling, great physical attributes. Biel and Duuzi Ondu. So he plays as a striker. He also plays as like a number 10 or from the right hand side. He's 24. Good value on the lad.
Yeah.
I have just signed this guy as a free transfer. Ilyaro Santambrogio, an Italian left-sided player. Again, really good physicals. Again, good dribbling and first touch as a creative
quick
player.
As well for a winger, so
very quick indeed. It's a free transfer. He was released from Juve and we picked him up on a free transfer. One of those ones where he had actually left Juve and just didn't have a club for a couple of weeks. So I don't think we would have been able to get him before that, because I think he's actually really good.
Yeah.
But in the first 3 games, 2 goals and a player of the match. So very good standard of football from him. There's also the likes of Pedro Ruiz is a very good striker on this game. So yeah, there's a lot of good potential players in this team. Nico is our main striker. 2 goals, 2 assists, 6'1", got great physical attributes, great technical attributes as well. That 18 heading, very good. Only 21 years of age. So a lot of these players, it's surprising that they've gone down. It's not like they've made bad decisions. They're coming through the youth ranks. They're using youth players.
Yeah.
It's just obviously tactically they just want so out. Yeah, they are using a 34-year-old Scott McTominay, but he is one of their best players, and he scored 2 and got 1 assist with an 8 average rating at the start of this season.
Good, isn't it?
It is very good indeed. So to begin with, I wasn't too worried about it. I thought we should fly at this league. So if I do take a look at the transfers then, the first 2 signings that we made, I only spent £1.9 million on Bojic. He's a good centre-back. That's one of the weakest positions that I felt that they had, but he's 18 years of age, and he's probably better. He's our best centre-back. And he's 18. And again, with good potential as well. Not bad. From Lokomotiva in Croatia. He's had a very good start. 3 games, 7.5 average rating.
The lower legs, you can probably get away with having the youngsters there because
for sure,
the top professionals are usually coming to the end of their career and they're a little bit slower than
absolutely
down the league. So
just when we took over, I couldn't do anything about it, but Ousmane Dembele left the club. 34 years of age, and Donny van de Beek also left the club.
That's a pity, but then again,
that is a pity.
34, so
yeah,
coming
but
to the end of his
physically
career,
he's still really good.
Yeah.
It's a shame that he has left.
Yeah.
But I noticed he was there, and I was like, oh, brilliant. And then by the time I had added myself as a manager, gone.
Yeah.
Same as Lucas Ocampos. He obviously starts at Sevilla, I think, but 37 years of age. He's done very well to keep a lot of his attributes. So a lot of those players were leaving. So it is, and Serge Gnabry too. I miss Serge Gnabry. Obviously a quality winger on the game. A lot of these players, they have made mistakes of maybe not giving the youth enough of a chance beforehand, so that's obviously our role. If we take a look at the tactic, then I'm going for a very bog standard 4-2-3-1, but it's very attacking because we are in a league where we should dominate.
Yeah.
So we've got an inside forward on one side, a shadow striker, and an attacking forward, an advanced forward, a centre midfielder who's got his main role is to attack. We've got the box-to-box midfielder, but it's not to say it's a solitary defensive midfield role for Scott McTominay, and we've got a winger on the left here with attacking inverted wing backs, which will help the midfield too. So yeah, like I mentioned, it's a very attacking tactic, but I think it's very much needed. This isn't the team that I'm going to select every week, by the way. This is just the team that I've been using in the games that we have played so far, just to give you an idea of our starting 11. When I holiday the game, I'm not going to decide what players are going with us or what players are playing every single game. I did add a couple of staff members, a couple of coaches, one goalkeeper, because that is another side of things that we need to start rebuilding. We've got enough coaches and stuff, so yeah, I'm positive for this season. We started off with a 4-2 victory against Racing. Racing, I think they pronounce it in Spain. Barcelona beat a 4-1 victory against them and a 3-0 victory there against that team there. So yeah, a very good start indeed. And the transfer window is already closed before we've even ended August, and we're about to play another team there. So let's simulate this first season. So the first season, then we're champions. Yeah, as expected, I think. 10 points clear of Celta Vigo there in second place.
Good goal difference.
Unbelievable,
so the attacking side that we played paid off.
Absolutely.
101 goal difference.
101. Only losing 2 games as well. Let's take a look. Those games were against Atletico Madrid B and Real Valladolid, which I believe either their owner or one of their directors is Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, little fact for you there, Real Valladolid. Nico was our top scorer with 34 goals. That's not bad at all. He's also there in the highest average rating, so that's a different striker, 22 years of age. I know it's the same one. He's just got a lot better from playing time, which, hey, you give him the game time, this is the reward that you get. A lot of goals. 34 goals in just 38 games, but with 9 assists as well. Whereas before that, he played for like our B teams and stuff. He was still scoring goals. He just needed a first team opportunity. We've also dominated the assist-wise, which is mental. 21, 20, and 16, all in the league. And no other player got anywhere near them, which is mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, absolute domination there. And competitions-wise, we actually got to the semi-final.
That's not bad.
And we were knocked out by my Villarreal team, obviously, that I've built from this universe. So they've probably gone on and won this as well and dominated. So the team that I built was just absolutely disgusting. Well, not even I built. It was the perfect director of football, but I was just, at the helm for it. And taken over was Pep Guardiola.
Hey.
So there we go. And they won the league. So they won the league, they won the double. A very good team that I built there. But yeah, they were the ones that knocked us out the semi-final. We could have won the cup from the second division, which would have been absolutely mental. Yeah. But there we go. Right.
Hard work starts now, mate.
It does, indeed. Player ratings. 41 goals in total for Nico in 45 games. The shadow striker, 26. The right-sided player, 21. And the centre midfielder is 20 as well.
100 goals and 4 players.
Unbelievable. And some great average ratings as well. Even the assist-wise, the scary numbers there to be looking at. So, like you said, we've got to build that from here. We've been given only £13 million. It's not a lot.
But they're not going to take a chance, are they? The first season back in, they're not going to just sort of splash money at it. We've got a good youth side, so just add a little bit to it.
Exactly. There are a few departures as well, including our club captain Scott McTominay. He's going to Arsenal. But yeah, he is 35. I mean, he's still good enough.
Arsenal's going to buy a 35-year-old though.
Yeah, and Naziri, who obviously we're not using anymore.
Seville's got a Scottish connection, you know.
Really?
Yeah, they were founded in 1890 by a Scotsman.
Oh, all right, that's quite weird.
And the team was half Scottish and half Spanish. They used to meet up at a bar and all that and have drinks and that, and they decided to make a football team.
How on earth did the Spanish people understand what they were saying?
The bloke who took him over was called Edward Johnson, and he worked for a company that a shipping company in Spain that shipped the oranges out of Seville.
Okay, yeah.
All around the world.
Yeah.
And obviously he had some English people, Scottish people working for him, and they made a football team.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, so there you go.
So those are the names that are leaving the club. We don't have any ins yet, but we'll take a look at that in the second season. But first off, today's video is sponsored by Surprise Shirts. Yes, we've been given 2 packages today from Surprise Shirts, and the best thing about this, one, it's a father and son company, which I thought was quite fitting.
Yeah.
They decided to send us both out a shirt, which I thought, bless them.
Thank you.
And they do a Football Manager 2022 edition. So every team that you buy from that box that is playable on Football Manager. So it's the best way of picking a save if you don't know who you're going to play.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, so it's $34.99 for that box, but with my code Omega, you also get 10% off. So I know we're eagerly anticipating what's in our box, so let's crack it open. Oh, they did tell me as well, they sent us the same team, but different shirts.
Right.
So I'm excited about that.
So who's got the home kit and who's got the away kit?
Exactly, that's the thing. I'm curious. So mine's upside down, that's a good start. There we go. Tang Fastics as well, I mean, perfect. What a way to win us over.
That was for me, wasn't it?
Yeah, what a way to win us over. Right, okay.
Here we go.
So, the club that we have, Club Atletico Gimnasia.
Ooh.
Now that is an Argentinian side who play in the B team.
Right.
So if you're going to do like a long-term save, that's your team right there.
Well, if it's an Argentinian side, I might have the home kit then.
You might do.
Blue and white kit.
That is a lovely blue and white kit. I think I might have the away kit because this is stunning. Let's take a look and open them up.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. I mean, these kits are lovely.
Look at that.
That's all right, isn't it?
Happy with that.
I mean, you can tell it's not like a European club, unless it's Scandinavia, because they have so many sponsors, don't they? But, I mean, as kits go, it's like surprise kits. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Well, we're going off to Benidorm next week. Should we take it with
Where
us?
is Benidorm? But there you go. I mean, that's 2 fantastic kits, both absolutely gorgeous kits. $34.99 plus using the code Omega at checkout. Make sure you check out the top of the description. It's got the links to all of the website, all the socials. You can have a look at all the different range of clubs that people are getting their shirts from using surprise kits. And thank you once again for sponsoring today's video. Make sure you check out, guys, and pick your next save with surprise shirts. Right, so we had a player leave the club, but it was mid-season, in fact, and it was Gerardo Antonienza to Bayern Munich. It was one of our starting centre-backs, I believe, 26 years of age. He played 23 games and they signed him for £17 million. But he left at the end of the season because the deal was done in February. It might have been on the transfer window, I'm not too sure. But we have signed a lot of players, so let's take a look at them. £5 million we have signed. This guy's a centre midfielder, Carreño. Again, Spanish is what I'm trying to keep.
Yeah.
Trying to keep as many Spanish players as possible, but it's not always possible with the money side of things. So I do have a look at players who are from nations like Sevilla, and I found this guy who was a really good hidden gem, to be fair. Only £1.5 million. He's arguably better than the last guy, and yet costs like half the... Like a fraction of the price.
He's played internationally as well at 9 caps.
Yeah, absolutely. South America is always a good place to look for good players, and Christian Zarate is a fantastic prospect at left back. One of the weakest positions that we had in our team, 19 years of age.
Usually
we didn't pay that much
as well, and they Argentinians, and they.
We didn't pay that much for him. He's already worth like over 20 million, and he has a good potential. 4.6, and we've played in 3 games, 1 goal, 1 assist, and a player of the match with a very good average rating.
It's a good start.
Yeah, not bad at all for a 19-year-old. Because like defensively, his attributes aren't phenomenal, and like mentally, it's not there. But his physicals are so good, it carries him.
Yeah.
So I think that's definitely a really good pick up there, Christian Zarate. Gilson Sanchez is another one. It's a goalkeeper. We had Mile Sevilla, the Belgium goalkeeper that you can find at Benfica at the start of the game. But this guy's just slightly better. Very good. Yeah, I mean,
it's good age, 26 as well for a goalkeeper, I think.
Perfect, right in his prime, innit? Portuguese, we got him from Vitoria, £4 million as well. And even like for them, he's not conceding that many. 17 clean sheets.
Good, yeah.
In 33 games. It's phenomenal, really. So that's a great pickup, I think. Jackson, we raided Partizan because I found one player, clicked on it, and he wasn't the key player, and I thought, right, I'll sign both. So the first one we picked up was the centre back. He doesn't look amazing at centre back, but again, it's the physicals that attracted me to him. Really good physicals. Position needs a little bit of work. Heading needs a little bit of work, but he's only 21, and he's already worth like nearly £50 million. We only signed for 5. So I think that's a really good signing. And then we signed, obviously, his mate, Derovic, who's going to play at right back. So we brought both of them in, and this guy was the key player that they had at right back, because I think, if you look at him, he's a very good right back. Especially, like, physically, again, absolutely solid. That concentration and bravery, something that goes overlooked, I think, in Football Manager. People don't really look at that defensively, but £5.5 million again. Great signing.
Scored a goal as well.
Scored a goal and got himself an assist.
That's the right back and the left back already scored in the first 3 games.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. We did sign some more players, though, when the season ticked over, and that was because we had a lot of money from this guy being sold to PSG. We had a release clause of £27 million. They activated it. Of course, he had a great season for us last season in the second division. 20 goals, 11 assists. You can't turn... Well, you obviously physically can't turn them down when it's a release clause, but you can understand why he's leaving us to go to PSG. So, yeah, he's left the club with £27 million put into the kitty. So I think we spent really well. I'm going to show you this guy first. This guy is a left-sided player that I'm going to try and train to play on the right. Again, physically, he's amazing, but that 19 for dribbling, free kick taken and corners are high as well. It's just his mental attributes are just awful.
He's going to be sat in front of the left back as well, who's also Argentinian, so they can work together as well. That's good.
But I am training to play on the right.
Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah.
So, bit of both. £8 million, one appearance, 6.9 average rating. But we signed an absolute monster from PAOK in Greece, Tassos Kazas. This guy is outstanding. 21 years of age. He looks outstanding, like I said. But those physicals, like agility of 19, but with acceleration of 18. Great determination. He has light-hearted personality, which I think is a good personality to have. And this, dribbling of 17, first touch of 16, technique of 15, with 14 for finishing.
It's like a dream striker, that, isn't it?
He's going to be scoring a lot of goals. Yeah. 5'11" as well, so he's not like too small and nippy, but he's good enough. Very much like a Jamie Vardy, of a really aggressive type of player with lightning quick. We signed him for £11.25 million. He had a release clause. 5 goals in 2 games.
Brilliant.
Yeah, solid signing that is. Really, really good signing. So tactically then, we've had to change things around just slightly. We're going even more attacking, which is ridiculous, isn't it? But, I mean, we've got some more defensive solidity in the midfield. Instead of having a centre midfielder on attack, we've got a deep line playmaker on defend now. And we've got a couple of players that we have signed in this pre-season. Carreño, and we've got Presiga, who can play there quite well. We've got the box-to-box midfielder. That is obviously going to be replaced. Dominic Yankov seems to be a good option to play in there as a centre midfielder. Then we've got Troxler, the Argentinian, going to play on the right-hand side, because obviously on the left we've got our Italian player that we signed last season, who is very good. So I've got Nico up top playing the poacher role, which obviously he scored a ton last season, and Kazas, who is a little bit more higher up the pitch in that advanced forward role, the lightning pace, trying to break the offside trap. Bojic, our new centre-back, I want playing every single game. Zarate, I want playing every single game. And I've left the rest up to the assistant manager. But again, we are taking a lot of risks with this tactic. We're not going to be up there with the most clean sheets this season. Even though we signed a goalkeeper who's very good at it.
Around 8th or 9th though.
Mid-table, a good mid-table finish first season. I think so too, because like I mentioned before, this team was too good to go down.
Yeah.
But I think we have kept arguably most of the best players of that one that we just sold then, and we've just added quality to it.
The problem is though, you don't go down for no reason. There was something obviously wrong there, wasn't it?
Yes.
So
Whether it was tactics and manager though,
so you just got to be careful your first season back in. Let's get a steady, season. and then work from there, really. I think that's what you need.
Yeah, a lot of squad depth, and a lot of them are homegrown talents too. Like, I know we signed quite a few players, but a lot of these players that you can see here, like Nico Samuel, Pedro Ruiz, they're all homegrown players that have come through the academy, who obviously, that I think that means a little bit more. And we've got a few really good talents there coming through still that we might see later on down the line in this rebuild. So, starting things off then, we started things off with a 7-3 victory against Mallorca, which is a great start.
Yeah.
Our Italian winger got a hat-trick. Casas got on his debut, got a hat-trick. And Pedro Ruiz come off the bench and got one as well. Then a 4-4 draw. Like I mentioned, we are going to score loads, but we're still going to concede them. We conceded 7 in the first 2 games there.
Well, we got the draw the last... Oh,
they scored 91st
minute, and we scored the 93rd. So.
Yeah.
The good thing about that is we're not giving up, because we scored in the 89th minute as well.
Yeah,
like, really.
to equalise, to make it 3-3. Then they scored right after. Then we scored again. What a game that must have been to go watch.
Some fans would have already gone home.
Yeah. Get the train back to Seville, shall we? Missed 3 goals at the end. And then, unfortunately, our home game there against Valencia was a loss.
That result there is not a bad result.
No, because you know Valencia's a good team.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So, all in all, 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss. If we continued that throughout the season, you would finish mid-table. Yeah. That's where you'd be happy to be, wouldn't it? We're currently 14th place. Obviously, the world that we're in right now, Villarreal is the dominant force. Yeah. Villarreal have the best team in the league by far. They've won a Champions League under me. They've won 5 La Ligas. 4 of them were under me, and 2 Europa Leagues, of course. So they've done very well. They have the best team in there, including probably the best player in the world right now, Damien. He was a fan favourite in the series. He's worth £181 million. He's a quality player, and he's going to be here for the long haul because he's only 26.
Yeah.
So it's players like this, if we want to compete at the top, you've got to come up against him. You've got to beat. Because this guy's scary good. I think, for now, we focus on just survival and getting into that mid-table area. And we should be absolutely fine. Right, let's simulate the second season. So our first season back in, and we've got European football next year.
Hey, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, it's in the EC2.
Hey, we're dangerous in Europe.
We are. Yeah. Very dangerous. They've got a great history, Sevilla.
Oh, brilliant.
In
Was
Europe.
it six times they've won the Europa League?
It's got to be the highest.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It is the highest.
Yeah. Because a lot of them were recently as well. They're kind of like the kings of Europa League.
Yeah.
Recently, winning it back-to-back. I mean, 3 times they won it in a row?
Something like that, yeah. 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Yeah, so
I know
they've
the first
done very
time
well.
they won, they beat an English side, they beat Middlesbrough. And I can remember watching that game thinking, because Middlesbrough in Europe, you think, Christ, and final.
Yeah.
And they beat Middlesbrough 4-0, I think it was.
Mid-2000s when Middlesbrough were all right, that was,
yeah, they were,
it?
yeah.
They're some
and
good players.
2006, I think it was. And then the following season, obviously they go into the Super Cup then.
Yeah, and play against Champions League winner.
Barcelona.
Of course, yeah.
They played
Pep
Barcelona.
Guardiola. Would it have been Pep Guardiola's? Because it was been 2006. 2007. Yeah, I think it would have been Pep Guardiola, if not right at the end of Rijkaard's reign.
Yeah. They only went on beat them 3-0.
3-0, Jesus.
So they then become the Super Cup,
that's a Messi Ronaldinho era.
Yeah.
And Samuel Eto'o, and they're beating them 3-0 in the Super Cup.
But the 2006 and 2007 year, they actually got voted as best team in the world.
Eh?
Yeah. By a federation of football. I can't remember the exact name of which federation it was. But they got voted for best team in the world 2 seasons in a row.
As in, like, club-wise?
Yeah.
Right, okay,
and
yeah.
Only team ever to be voted 2 seasons in a row.
Ain't bad, is it?
No, I mean, it was the International Federation of Football History was the company that sort of voted it.
Right, okay.
So, yeah.
I've never even heard of that.
No, I haven't, but I thought it was an interesting fact. Never voted to, best team in the world for 2 seasons in a row. Very good.
Not bad at all. So if we take a look then at statistics, Casa scored the second amount of goals in the whole campaign in behind Isaac, which is still at Real Sociedad, like how he's managed to stay there for 12 years now. 25 goals from Casas obviously picks us into 7th place, 60 points. Atletico Madrid, even though they finished 9th, they've won the Europa League by the looks of it because they're straight in the Champions League. So there's 5 teams in the Champions League. Villarreal getting back-to-back league wins there, only losing 2 games. One of them was against us. Look at that. I think it was 4-0 to Barcelona as well.
Pep who?
Exactly, yeah. Is he still there? He is, yeah. So, how unbelievable. You go to Spain, you think, oh, I do. And then it's like, yeah, Pep Guardiola's got the best team in the world. Oh, okay. Brilliant. So 60 points, not bad. We lost 14 games, though. That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is a lot. I mean, I did mention how that's going to happen, though.
You would take where we finished every time.
God, yeah.
In the first season, when you?
Yeah, absolutely. Competitions then. We were the runner-up of the Copa del Rey. If it's Villarreal, I'm going to cry.
It's going to be in it.
Barcelona, after extra time, a 3-2 loss. So we took them to extra time at the very least, and this is a very good Barcelona team.
Yeah.
Like, they won the league the season before I ended the series. They've still got some unbelievable players, and they scored in the 99th minute from a penalty as well. So really difficult game, and they've got like a lot. They got Mason Mount still playing for them at the age of 34, playing CDM. I mean, fair play. He's a quality player, playing him in a role that you wouldn't expect to see him there. But they still have a great team, and we played really well too. You can see statistically, we still had 11 chances, 7 on target, had a good XG. But we scored really early as well. We were 2-0 up. We threw it away a little bit, being 2-0 up. I'm curious if their manager is Gallardo, Marcelo Gallardo. So he is the manager which was in charge of River Plate at the minute. I think a lot of people are talking about him as well.
Yeah.
Being like the next manager to come across from South America, being like a bit of a genius.
Yeah.
He's been at Barcelona for about 12 years, which is very rare to see in Football Manager.
Especially at Barcelona, they usually change their manager quite a bit as well.
Exactly, yeah. So, not a bad player as well. He's played for teams like PSG, Monaco, when they were good in 2003. So, not a bad player and a very good manager as well. That's what we've got to come up against. 2 unbelievable managers at 2 very big clubs in this league. But we stamped our authority now. We've managed to get European football in the second season. Let's take a look at some statistics and see who's been scoring all the goals. Because at the top, 30 goals in 36 games from Casas. He only got 6 assists, but his strike partner got 21 goals and 14 assists. Not bad. But from the bench, Pedro Ruiz, only 11 starts, but 15 appearances off the bench. 14 goals is very good.
Yeah.
I bet per 90 he probably is the highest on our team. Then we have the Italian winger getting 13 goals and 7 appearances, majority from the left. But the Argentinian left midfielder who we've been playing on the right has had a fantastic season. A 7.4 average rating, 9 goals and 13 assists. 23 years of age, and he's now made that position a natural position for him because he's that good at it. And he's developed really well. Not to mention, I didn't realise, he's 6'4". So he's very good.
Player.
Yeah. So 19 years of age. I mean, they had another Argentinian player, quite a famous Argentinian attacker player for Sevilla in the 90s. Yeah. He wasn't 6'4". I'm guessing he's about a foot shorter than that.
Would have been that one.
He was at the time as well.
I didn't realise he'd play for Sevilla though.
No, Diego Maradona.
He come from Napoli for $7.5 million.
Yeah.
And he didn't play very many games though. He was getting injured all the time.
Yeah.
Probably because he was so slow at the time.
Yeah, I don't know what could have been the reason why he wasn't playing that well.
I tried to go somewhere else.
Yeah. Food and that I think was a little bit too much for him at that point, because I mean I watched the there's a great program for anybody who hasn't watched it yet on Amazon Prime, and it's not a documentary, it's an actual series, but it's Diego Maradona. And a lot of it's like put on, but a lot of it is real life events that has happened. It's a great series. It's dubbed in English though, so if you don't like dub, then it's probably not for you. But a lot of it was about like his troubles, and I found it very interesting.
I'm not a keen lover of him, only because he'd done what he'd done to England, and but what a player though.
Unbelievable player.
Yeah.
Would you say he is the best ever? Who do you personally, because you've got obviously Messi, Ronaldo now, who in our generation has been the best ever. We might see another one come through, the likes of Haaland or Mbappe, and then of course you've got the likes of Pele, Maradona, even George Best. But a lot of them had their troubles, didn't they?
Yeah. I mean, George Best, what a player in his generation. It's a shame really about what the things that happened to him.
Yeah.
Maradona is the same. Messi, I think, is better than Maradona.
Yeah.
Some of the things he'd done on the ball and all that, it's just the same as, all one-footed type of thing and doing that. But for me, the best player, Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah. And I'm going to say that, and I've said it before in other videos. Why? He's done it in the Premier League.
Yeah.
He's done it in the Spanish League. And he's done it in the Italian league.
Yeah.
The 3 hard leagues to play in.
Yeah.
And he's done it.
He's adapted to each one.
Yeah. He both-footed.
Yeah.
Maradona wasn't both-footed.
No.
Messi wasn't both-footed.
No. He can hit a ball, is right, but just nowhere near as good as what Ronaldo is with
strongest player I've ever seen in the air.
Yeah.
How hard does he jump?
I mean, there's pictures where people have jumped and then his knees are still above their head.
So you're talking league and goal scorer of the Premier League, league and goal scorer of the La Liga, league and goal scorer of the Italian league.
Yeah.
Records 100% records going everywhere.
International, you haven't even touched on as well.
Oh, definitely, yeah. And, playing for Portugal, they're not the best team in the world.
No.
But, hey, he still
done
does it.
very well.
Still breaking records with Portugal, isn't he?
Yeah, still
so
done very
well. So for me, personally, and it's only a personal opinion, Cristiano Ronaldo is probably the best player of my generation that I've watched.
Yeah. I mean, it's always a big debate, isn't it? The whole Messi and Ronaldo situation.
Yeah, people got different arguments for different things, didn't they?
Yeah.
I'm only going because of being a striker myself. I was two-footed. You've seen me go, yeah. I get really wound up when you see a striker who tries to do something with the wrong foot, and they miss, and you think,
believe me, I've heard
all that. Well, I taught you to teach. First thing I taught you
very
to
good,
football,
left foot,
both footed. They spend all their time, day in, day out, training in that, and he can't kick with his left foot or he can't kick with his right foot. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm an amateur footballer. I could kick perfectly well, and I could take free kicks with both feet. You could take corners with both feet.
Yeah.
And that's where I think professionals should be.
Yeah,
confident with both feet.
Yeah, I remember the first time I took the ball to the corner flag, and the flag was so far over for when I was hitting the right, and the linesman was on the other side. So I was like, oh, I should take it my left, and everyone was going, "What are you doing? Yeah. What are you doing?" Whipped the ball in back post. We scored. Like, I can kick it with a left foot. Yeah. That's what you need to be as a player. I think you need to adapt to that type of thing. But yeah, I mean, going back to this very talented player that we have on our hands here, mentally maybe not quite as right, but he has the technique and he has the physical prowess. He is very much like Ronaldo. I know he's Argentinian, but he's quick, he's agile, he's 6'4", great jump and reach, and he can dribble, and he can take a free kick. Now, a week ago, I wouldn't have said that, but he smashed one in the other week, Ronaldo, so I can say he can take a free kick.
And didn't you say you watched a programme, something to do with that game as well, where there was someone in the crowd going, "Don't let him take it, don't let him take it."
I seen a video, and someone was there going, "Let Juan Mata take it. Don't you take it, Chris. Don't take it, Chris. Let Juan Mata take it." Oh, what a free kick. Well done, Chris. Amazing. Love it. So, let's go back to this.
While we're talking about Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay, very sad news.
Very sad news, yeah. But one of his children had just been born.
Yeah.
Was little boy out of the twins. So, yeah, very sad news.
Absolutely, yeah. And it was very nice what Liverpool did the other day.
Oh,
you got to commend things like that.
Definitely, yeah. You got Liverpool Man City in the semi-final of the FA Cup at Wembley. Done a minute's silence for the Hillsborough disaster.
Yep.
And you got the Man City fans booing.
Yeah, disgrace.
Absolute disgrace. 3 days later, Man United versus Liverpool.
Which is a far bigger rivalry.
Oh, definitely. They hate each other.
Yeah.
Minute silence for a minute's applause at the 7th minute for Cristiano Ronaldo. Both sets of fans giving it all this.
Yeah.
Hats off to Liverpool for doing that. Absolutely brilliant.
But I think it genuinely, though, it's because Man City don't have that. They don't have that tragedy in their history, do they?
Yeah,
they haven't had a Hillsborough. They haven't had something. Man United had the plane crash at Munich and stuff. So they can't. Not that what they did was right at all. Like, it's an absolute disgrace. But they can't relate to that feeling, whereas Liverpool can relate to disaster at their club, and we know how much they're very passionate about. Every year we know it's Hillsborough, disaster, and they respect it and everything like that. Which it's
and that's
amazing
what it was. It was the
like
FA Cup semi-final, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When the disaster happened. So against Nottingham Forest, I watched it live on telly. Couldn't believe it was happening.
Yeah.
Such an emotional day.
Yeah, so, fair play to Liverpool fans. Man City fans, go f*** yourself. As far as I'm concerned, go f*** yourself. Absolute scumbags. I'm quite surprised there was any booze, because I didn't think they had any fans. That's another debate for another time. Our comment section's going to be pelters. Messi, Ronaldo, and we've just told the Man City fans go f*** themselves.
And you're a Man United fan.
I know, right? Right, let's move on to the next season before I get cancelled.
Every Man United fan comes from Manchester, don't they?
Yeah. Now, the third season in, I wasn't given a lot of money. Financially, the club is not as good as what it could be. Even though we're going into Europe, obviously we haven't been given those finances yet.
Yeah.
So the one sign I did make, another Argentinian, they're kind of taken over here. A good centre-back though. 6'2", great position. Mentally and physically he is great. Technically he's very restricted, but what he is good is at the defensive side of the game. So he's very limited.
That's what we want him to be good at.
Yeah, exactly. Just stop the ball going in. Don't worry about anything else. Somebody needs to tell Harry Maguire that. £9.75 million is what we signed in for from River Plate, and he's played 3 games and a very good average rating to begin with. Now, on the outs, we didn't have anybody to note, but there was a £15 million move from Pedro Ruiz, of course, who scored quite a few goals for us, but he wasn't a starting player, unfortunately. So although he did get us 10 league goals last season, he did want to leave when Almeria came in for him. And I thought, who am I to stand in front of him who wants to play first team football? I can't give him that. He's a very quality player as well, so sad to see him go, but such is that. Tactics then, we're going to stick with this because obviously it's done very well for us.
Yeah.
And to be honest, all of our players, they're young, they're developing, so they're getting better and better with this tactics, which is obviously exactly what you want. So you hope that they will perform better going forward. We're going to keep exactly the same players in the positions, but now we have a few more options. We got Jaksimovic and Perez there at centre-back, where last season we didn't really have that. If Jaksimovic was injured, we kind of struggled to play another centre-back, or Bogic as well, obviously. So squad depth-wise, we're looking slightly better, it must be said. Everybody is just as good as everybody. Maybe our only weakness is at centre midfield. We've got a couple of players like Iglesias and Yankov who are slightly too old, and there's not really a really good defensive aspect in that regard. But attacking-wise, I reckon we're one of the most scariest in the league after Villarreal, obviously, because they've got like Lorenzo Luca and Jeremy Pino. But I think we really are, and Damian, of course, the best player in the league. So schedule-wise then, we have played quite a lot of games. 3-0 start against Atletico Madrid. Europa League winners, didn't matter. We absolutely destroyed them. For Malacao, we played them in the Europa Conference League playoff thing. We beat them 7-1. Nico got 5. Is that?
Yeah.
Unbelievable from you, Nico. 23 years of age. Love that. We then beat Real Valladolid, who's just been promoted.
Look at the last game of the season.
Casas.
The last game we played in the league game.
We then beat them 2-0 when we went away from home. And then Barcelona at 3-1.
Barcelona.
At Barcelona as well.
After being 1-0 down.
Yeah, from Arsene Zakarian, one of my favourite players from last season. So we've got a Europa Conference. I mean, Hertha Berlin.
For an island, eh?
Shamrock Rovers. Yeah, that's a nice little one, isn't it? And a Latvian team.
We've had a good time in Ireland, didn't we? We've been there, mate.
Yeah, we did, yeah. To Cork, was it? Oh, I can't remember where we went. But we went on a cruise there, didn't we? Valmiera from Latvia. Valmiera from Latvia. I've never even heard of them, but fair play. They've managed to qualify for the Europa Conference League. That is a lovely kit.
Yeah.
That is a sexy kit. I like that. So Hertha Berlin is going to be the only real problem in that league, I would say.
Stadium that is.
Unbelievable, isn't it? Yeah. That I think we should be fine qualifying.
We should qualify in second place there, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Or in top position.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to go for top.
Top.
Yeah.
I'm going to join you with that.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I just want to check, media prediction is putting us in 8th place for this season. So I think as long as we outperform that, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Right, let's simulate its 3rd season. Well, the end of the 3rd season, we finish in 3rd place.
Happy with that.
Champions League football next year.
Above Barcelona and Real Madrid.
Yeah. I mean, we're some way off 1st and 2nd place.
Yeah.
Villarreal and Valencia, of course, the team that knocked us out last year. But it's progress at the end of the day, isn't it? It's very much progress. And even arch rivals Real Betis getting in 6th place. Of course, we did a Real Betis rebuild maybe just after Christmas. One of my favourite ones I think that we have done.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, we touched quite a lot on the rivalry that they have. Arguably one of the biggest rivalries in Spain. It's bigger than El Clasico, according to a lot of Spaniards.
Yeah. Well, they were on the different sides of the river or something, weren't they, if I remember right?
Something like that. Or no, I think what it basically was that the reason why everybody classed it as big was because El Clasico, a lot of the actual home people watch it in the pubs, and it's a lot of tourists who go to the games. True, whereas in Seville, where it's Betis and Sevilla, they obviously are both going to the games. Yeah, and they travel, like you mentioned. I think you said Real Betis was one of the best travelled fans in the league. And of course, we mentioned tragedies earlier. Sevilla had a tragedy.
Yeah, they did,
against Real Betis in their derby.
It was the first game of the season of 2008 or something like that. One of the players had an heart attack on the pitch.
Yeah, and died.
No, he died 3 days later.
Yeah.
But it was a big tragedy for the first game of the season. And, and I think that was... I think if I remember rightly now talking about it, didn't that change the atmosphere between the fans?
It was very hostile before that, because I think you mentioned before, people died going to the games.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember saying it now. Yeah, and it changed the atmosphere between the two fans, and then they become a friendly.
Yeah, a bit more of a friendly rivalry compared to what it was before. Yeah. So, competitions then. We've played in 2 other competitions, both cups. How have we done? Well, we're the winners of the Europa Conference League. So not only did we get Champions League football, we also won something. And the Copa del Rey, Villarreal knocked us out again, which obviously we're excited expected.
Yeah.
But I don't care. We've done this. Trabzonspor was the finalist. We destroyed them 3-0.
Whenever we play in Europe, we're deadly.
Exactly. An own goal, Samuel and Derovic. So Samuel, if you, just in case you don't know, is the backup striker / right winger that we've been using as well. And again, it's another prospect that's come through the youth academy. There's so many at this club.
Yeah.
And they've all got like classic Spanish one names. Samuel, Nico, Pedro. It's brilliant. So let's take a look at the stages going forward and seeing how we actually did, because at one point we were dominant. We beat AZ Alkmaar 10-4 before we got to the semi-final and knocked out Dinamo Kiev 7-4. So we are just scoring so many goals. Dinamo Zagreb 5-1 as well. So in every single lead up to that, we scored at least 5 goals, and then in the final we scored 3.
Winning game's easy, weren't we then?
Yeah.
I mean, even the final 3-0, that's still a...
Walked it.
That's still an easy final, really, haven't you?
Yeah,
Look at it.
absolutely walked it. So the last thing I want to take a look at then is the league itself. Nico got 27 goals. It was third, though, out of the amount of players who scored somewhat goals. So Casas has come off the pace in goals, but maybe he's quite good at other things because his average rating is a 7.75. Yeah. So he is still putting in the performances. But I think the main thing is we've only lost 5 games this year compared to what it was before. We've drastically changed that. We started drawing a lot
beat
more.
us twice, so...
Yeah. If you turn those draws into wins...
But Villarreal wasn't on that list of beating us.
They were not. No, we lost to Valencia twice. If we take a look at the wins, it doesn't say there. Did we draw to Villarreal? We drew one away at home to Villarreal. So I'm guessing we won the other when we played them at home. So not bad at all. We've beaten Pep again by the looks of it. Let's take a look then at the goals and everything. 51 goals in 57 games for Nico. Brilliant. Then we had 31 in 34 for Casas. So I'm guessing he's had a bit of an injury.
2 players.
Yeah. Crazy. He was out for 3 months as well with a torn calf from Thomas Casas, so we missed him for a while, and yet we still did this. 20 goals from Troxler with 24 assists. That's unbelievable numbers. And Zarate, our left back, getting 17 assists.
Brilliant.
Quality. Really good.
We've got to have a decent side here, haven't we?
Very good indeed.
Building a hell of a squad for you.
Really good for the Patreon members.
Yeah, come on.
At the £5 tier, we've got so many new Patreon members, so thank you very much for this. This is now going to be like 15 years into the future, so it is going to be a lot of regens, and we're still building a very good team. Dominic Yankov is leaving at the end of the season on a free transfer. He's 33 though, and I'm sure we will try and bring somebody else in instead. Let's move forward to the 4th season. First signing in the door is a Spanish midfielder who can play centre mid or he can play on the left. It's Zabala. We got him from Deportivo Alaves. Very talented player and great physicals yet again. That 19 acceleration with 17 pace and acceleration. Sorry, agility of 19. Very quality player there, only 24. And Wilson Andino from Honduras, of all places. Another centre midfielder. I think he's going to be a bit more of a squad player.
91 caps at 27 years old.
91 caps from Honduras.
He started very young, didn't he?
Yeah. But yeah, he's only 5'5" with 3 jumping reach. Poor lad.
Mum could jump higher than him, probably.
Yeah. He plays in centre mid. I think he's going to be a bit more of a squad player for us. And the final sign-in is a backup / maybe actually a starting right back, Julian Perez. He's good enough to start should we really need him. But that 20 agility there, great acceleration and pace. He can also not jump. Mentally, he's not quite there, but everywhere else, he is fine. And tactically then, we are looking quite good. Zarate at left back, Bojic. We're keeping very much the same thing going on because it's worked for us so far this season. Now, unfortunately, I forgot to save at the start of this, so we're just going to skip right to the end of the season and we'll take a look at what happened there instead because, yeah, I'll rush this one a little bit maybe and missed out. So the end of the 4th season, we finished in 3rd place yet again. Yeah. We're still somewhat off the pace. Real Madrid this time taking the place that Valencia did. And Villarreal yet again. I mean, that's 5 in a row for them now. So they are really dominant there. Only losing 5 games all season. We lost 7, but we drew only 9 this time round. Good, so we maybe lost a couple of more, but we got significantly less draws in there instead.
Our goal difference is better than the 2 top teams, look.
Yeah, I mean, we beat Celta Vigo 9-1 at home in the league, so that's got to be some record. We're just scoring so many goals. Tassos Casas got 26 goals, which was only joint, and Zarate, our left back, got 15 assists, which is not bad at all.
No.
Very good indeed. Other competitions though, our first season back in the Champions League. How have we done? Well, we got to the quarter-final and we were knocked out by Villarreal. However, we did win the Copa del Rey.
Yes. We love that trophy,
yeah,
don't
we do. It's a fantastic trophy, isn't it? We beat Valencia 3-0 in the final. That's a great result as well. Yeah. So let's take a look at the goal scorers. Tazos Kazos scored in the 20th minute. Nico got one in the 79th. And then Prasiga scored in the 94th. A great 3-0 victory. We absolutely destroyed them there. Despite they should have scored, really. They had 21 shots. 9 on target with an XG of 2.13 and they didn't score. However, our goalkeeper Sanchez got a match rating of 8.3.
That's what he's there for.
Exactly. I mean, what a signing he has been.
Yeah,
we mentioned how many clean sheets he got when he signed for us. He isn't getting as many, but still, in the 2 seasons there in La Liga, 10
figures.
and 11 clean sheets is not
take
bad
that,
at all. Yeah, and a great performance as well from him for £4 million. Like, an absolute steal, and look at he's worth now. So what a player he is. So, yeah, unfortunately we didn't win.
Squad number as well.
Number 13, you like that, yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't win the Champions League because Villarreal knocked us out. That is to be played between Manchester City and Villarreal still.
Oh, Man City beat Liverpool 4-0.
Unbelievable, yeah. And they defeated PSG, which isn't bad.
PSG can't get past semi-finals, can they?
No, that's true. Let's take a look then at the tree and rounds and stuff like that and see what we did. So we got through Milan in the first round knockout stage, and then that's when we lost 4-2 on aggregate to Villarreal.
That's a shame,
I want to see our group stage because obviously we missed it. So our group stage was against PSG,
and Chelsea out,
and Dynamo Kiev.
Get it.
Yeah, and we finished top of it. We only lost 1 game against PSG at home as well, 4-2, but we beat them when we went to their stadium 2-1. Not bad. We beat Chelsea 4-2 and 5-1 at home. Dynamo Kiev 8-1. Again, we're so good at scoring goals. Yeah. It's just, we need to keep them out, which is obviously a little bit more harder. But what a season, I think. Winning our first trophy, our first proper trophy. La Liga 2 don't really count. Winning the Copa del Rey. Oh no, we won the Europa Conference League. Of course we did.
Yeah, we did.
So our second trophy. It's just we need to catch up in the league. 43 goals from Casas in 52 games, 19 assists, 39 goals in 56 games from Nico. So when Casas plays a full season, he is scoring more still than Nico. But it's a nice little race in between the two, isn't it? But Casas now, I mean, got to be one of the best strikers in the world on the game. He's 23. He's scored 26 goals and 39 appearances for Greece. And he's worth 99 million. But he is wanted by Manchester United.
He's got to be the winner.
Yeah. His only real weakness is his composure, to be honest. The rest of him is absolutely superb. So he is our main threat.
You just got to put him through and he's got to hit it first time, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Don't want to dilly-dilly and try to take
Don't think about it, just hit it.
Yeah, that's right.
Just hit it. And even Nico, obviously, with numbers like that being very much overshadowed, he's still a very quality player as well, coming through our youth academy. Assist-wise, again, Kaz has got the most assists. 18 from Zarate, Nico with 17, and our Italian winger, with 17. Prasiga in midfield, getting 12. Carreño getting 11. Very good from all attacking fronts.
Yeah.
Very good indeed. Let's move forward to that 5th and final season. Now, we signed quite a few players on free transfers, this being one of them, Gabriel. He's a good striker, which is quite young, 20 years of age, and has a very good potential as well. So, Patreon members, you're gonna enjoy him longer than what I will. We picked him up from Tenerife on a free transfer. Not really known for a lot of, obviously, players, but he did score 22 goals in 39 games.
That's good, yeah.
In a previous season, so not bad. I'm guessing he might have been injured in the last season, only got 5 in 7. But we, like I said, we got 5 free transfers because we don't have the money yet. This man, Eugenio Leary, a good right back, can also play left wing if we wanted him to for some reason. But he is very decent, a quality player. Might be our starting 11. We'll take a look at that. Free transfer from Milan, hasn't really played much. Yanjing Sun from Bayern Munich. This one's a little bit more of a defensive midfielder, something that I think we're lacking. 23-year-old German. It's not very often you can prize a German player from Bayern Munich on a free transfer. So tasted their own medicine, I'd like to think.
Yeah.
They seem to do that quite a lot, don't they? Victor Chavez Mexican from Chelsea. Again, another free transfer. They haven't been using him. We might get some use out of him. Good centre midfielder. Bolstering the squad a little bit. We're playing a lot of games now. This is what it's needed. David from Real Madrid's Youth Academy, 24 years of age. He's not amazing, but he can fill in a couple of roles that we have right now. And pace-wise, if we're coming off the bench, I think he could be quite a good use for us. But then we actually did spend a little bit of money, and that is because Troxler, our Argentinian right midfielder, you might have recognised he wasn't available. Well, he didn't get any statistics last year. That's because we sold him midway through the season to Chelsea for 60 million. So he scored 7 in the league, 5 assists. He had 10 in total, and they activated his release clause of £60 million.
He scored 5 goals in 15 games as well for them as well.
Yeah, with 4 assists too. Yeah. So, but then he's got 0 anything in 6.
Yeah.
Still playing well, but so yeah, it's disappointing that he's left the club. So it's something that we had to replace, and obviously that's the downside of doing these simulations halfway through the season. If you lose a player, you don't know about it till the end of the season, so you don't actually replace them until the next season, which I think we might have done. Now we've signed 2 players here. Alfredo Morales can play on both flanks there at full-back, not bad at all. And then finally we have this man, Tabakaru, who plays up front or on that right-hand side, but that's where I mainly want him to play because his acceleration, agility and balance, unbelievable. 21-year-old Romanian. Yeah, I mean, he's not as good as the Argentinian player that we've just lost, but I still think he's good enough to do a job for sure, and only getting him for £2.2 million.
Scored on his first game, look.
8 rating as well. Very good player. So if we look at it tactically then, we haven't secured anybody, and we have changed things ever so slightly. So now we have a centre defender on a cover. We've moved the centre midfielder, who is on a defensive duty, to an attack duty, and what we're doing instead is trying to get a bit of a link-up play, playing a deep line forward on support in Nico with the advanced forward instead of 2 strikers who are only focusing on goals. So maybe we're not as defensively as what we was before with the midfielder, but what we're trying to do is link up play a little bit better, keep hold of the ball a little bit more. So he's also switched to 2 support roles instead of 2 attacking roles there. So I think this might fare better defensively. We'll see at the end of the season anyway. But if we take a look at our schedule, we actually lost our first game, but it was against Villarreal, Lorenzo Luca and Yeremy Pino. Just for anybody who's interested who watched the series, Yeremy Pino is now 32, still quality. And we have, where is it? Lorenzo Luca, he is now 34 and still absolutely amazing. He did absolute wonders for me while I was there. Just an incredible player, scored so many goals. Alaves, we beat them 2-1 though. 89th minute from Thomas Casas. And then Elche, a 7-1 victory.
Look at our Champions League group.
We are reunited with Chelsea yet again. So it's our duty to knock them out.
Roma and Dortmund, though.
Roma and Dortmund as well. Who is Chelsea manager? I'm curious. Verissimo. Dortmund, is it still... Graham Potter.
Hey!
God, that's why I like checking the managers.
We like him, don't we?
Because you get great pops like that. Graham Potter.
My favourite German side, and then one of my favourite English managers.
Yeah, exactly. And Roma, we can't see the manager there, but there we go. So I think that's... I mean, we should qualify. I'd like to think we should qualify.
You reckon?
We've only been knocked out by Villarreal in cup competitions lately. So...
Go on then, I want to go with you that one.
Yeah, okay.
Second to Dortmund.
Second to Dortmund in the group.
Yeah, Graham Potter.
All right, okay. Graham Potter dominates us in both games. What about league though? Where do you think we're going to finish in the league? We're predicted to finish in 5th, but we are obviously overachieving each season.
I don't think we're going to finish in the top 3 again. I think we're going to finish between 8th and 3.
Right, okay. Is that because the winger getting sold?
Yeah, we've changed a couple of things as well, and I think usually the 3rd sort of season, the other teams have got used to you a bit.
They suss you out, which is why I try and change a few little things. Okay, let's simulate this 5th season. So the end there. No, I proved you wrong. We finished in 2nd.
What a finish! Won the last 5 games as well.
Yeah, look at the points though.
Oh.
I'm guessing we lost it on head-to-head because goal difference we are ahead of them.
Yeah.
So the La Liga, I'm not quite sure off the top of my head. I'm guessing it's done by head-to-head. But we had exactly the same: 30 wins, 5 draws, 3 losses. We scored 106 and only conceded 30.
Yeah.
So goal difference, we
Shame,
completely dominated. Our last 5 games, we completely dominated. Even beating our end of season is very hard.
Cool, yeah.
Madrid, Barcelona, and then we beat Betis 6-0.
The only time we've actually won the league as well, we beat Barcelona by a point.
Ooh, that was a long time ago as well, wasn't it?
I think it was 1948.
In 1946, I think we've seen it at the start of the thing here. 1946,
yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, they beat Barcelona by a point, so
yeah.
we were close to doing it again.
Yeah. Did you see anything on that page, though, that alerted you from that? Because if we look at competitions, we're the Champions League winners.
Get in.
Look at that. When I clicked on it, I was like,
Liverpool.
oh, look, Champions League. We beat Liverpool in the final 2-0. What a game. We have to have a look at that and see how we got on. Thomas Cazorla scored in the 3rd minute. He scored in the 10th minute.
Get in.
And that was all she wrote. Liverpool, let's take a look. They have David Wagner as their manager.
Ooh.
That's a bit of an odd one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
They've won 20 Premier League still, which means they've only won 1 since this whole simulation in 15 years. I wonder how many Man United won, because obviously that equals them. So we had a very good final too. We had 18 shots with 10 on target, and their average ratings were awful compared to ours. Their defense did very well, but all around the pitch we played absolutely quality, including an 8.7 there from Cazorla, who got himself man of the match. What a player.
Yeah.
And he's only 24 years of age. So an unbelievable talent there. In the Copa del Rey, though, we're not done the 3rd round by Las Palmas. God knows, but
yeah.
I mean, I'll take that.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So unlucky not to win the league.
I mean, the Super Cup, though, I think we won that 2 seasons in a row.
Yeah, I think we have. So, Sevilla both times from winning the cup,
good,
obviously. So very good.
Any silverware?
Yeah, Villarreal there on a bit of a Pep Guardiola. He's done very well, hasn't he? So unfortunately, we've had to come up against my own team.
The good thing is, though, that space between us is closed now, isn't it? We're there. We're right on them.
Yeah.
So what a time to hand the team over.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say my challenge is one challenge: win the league.
Win the league. Right. Okay.
We've won two European Cups. We've won the Super Cup.
Yeah.
The only thing we haven't won with this team is the league.
It's La Liga.
And we're there now.
Absolutely.
So pass it on to you. Come on, win that league for us.
That is your 5-year task. If you decide to take it on, that'll be available straight on Patreon right now on the £5 tier. Thomas Cazorla scored 50 goals in total in those 52 games.
What
it was
team
the
you've got?
highest there. Nico, I'm guessing, didn't play that well this season because he only got 11 goals in 14 games, but he has been injured quite a lot. But yeah, you've got a fantastic team there for you to take on, to do the job and win the league. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next Monday when... Do you remember what team it is next Monday?
Feyenoord?
It is Feyenoord, yes, in the Dutch League Eredivisie, our first one taken on in the Netherlands. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure you're smashing the like button and let us know all your thoughts down in the comments section.
Yeah, keep the comments coming.
See you next week. Bye-bye.